Hey, this is Dr. Barry. In this quick video, I want to talk to you about something that affects millions of people's lives, and that's migraine headaches. Can the ketogenic diet help with migraine headaches? I used to suffer from terrible migraine headaches when I was a teenager and an adolescent, and I still have one occasionally, but they're nothing like they used to be. They're much less severe and much less frequent now. So, if you know someone who suffers from migraines, where a migraine headache basically ends their day, they have to go to bed when they have nausea and vomiting and they can't even complete their workday or their school day, please share this video with them on their social media. Send them an email, send them a text message. You could literally change their life because I'll tell you what, I can remember when I was a teenager, I'd wanted all my life to be a doctor. That's all I'd ever wanted to be. But my migraine headaches were so severe that if I ate the wrong food or if I didn't get 8 hours of sleep every single night, I would have a severe debilitating migraine. And for a few years there, until I learned how to eat properly, I had to give up my dream of going to med school. And so there are other people who maybe will never realize their dreams in life because of their migraine headaches. So if you know someone like that, please share this video with them. It could help them so much. Okay, now let's talk about, can the ketogenic diet help with migraine headaches? I believe that it can, both from my personal experience, from some limited research that has been done, and then from just the common sense and from my experience in the clinic. And now let's talk about that. So there have been several small studies done looking at a ketogenic diet and migraine headaches. And all of them show either a small or a moderate benefit from eating a ketogenic diet. One of them goes so far as to say, and this is a quote, chronic ketosis may account for the increased neuronal stability seen on a ketogenic diet. Increased neuronal stability. That sounds like a good thing, right? So, and I can tell you my experience when I was a teenager, and of course, part of migraines is hormonal in nature. There's no doubt about that. But I was eating the standard American diet. I was eating 6 donuts and half a gallon of skim milk at a time. And my migraines would be ferocious when I would have them. And if I ate the wrong thing, and it was always a processed food. If I would eat this or that, and the worst of all was this processed salad dressing that I'm sure had canola oil or corn oil and all kinds of chemicals and crap in it. But it was a guaranteed migraine that would literally put me in bed for the rest of the day if I ate that stuff. And I loved it very much because I didn't know better, but I couldn't eat it. And so there's no doubt at all that migraines are in part hormonally mediated. There's no doubt that there's a little genetic component. But what if the ketogenic diet could decrease the severity and decrease the intensity of your migraine headaches? That could change your life, right? So let's talk about, and I'm going to include a link down below to the studies that I found that tend to show that the ketogenic diet decreases the severity and the frequency of migraine headaches. Now let's talk about the common sense and let's talk about what I've seen in the clinic over my years in practice. So when you're eating the standard American diet and you're basically bolusing carb coma and sugar coma to your brain's supply of energy, because it's burning glucose, right? It is going up and then down, up and then down. And so you're basically being hyperglycemic, then hypoglycemic. That would tend to irritate your neurons, right? And your synapses. And so it makes perfect sense that that would increase the risk of neuronal irritability and decrease neuronal stability. So that obviously would increase your risk of having a migraine headache. Food triggers. Multiple patients have told me over the year that they have food triggers that trigger their migraine headaches. And this can range from processed this to processed that. I've never had anyone tell me that they had a migraine that was triggered by eating a good whole food meat or broccoli or any kind of good whole food ketogenic food. I've never had a single person tell me, oh yeah, Brussels sprouts make me have migraines. Never heard that. And I bet you haven't either. It's almost always some processed food-like product crap that triggers migraines. And so when you're eating the ketogenic way, you're not eating that stuff. You're eating good whole food ketogenic foods, and that tends to increase your neuronal stability. The sleep trigger. And so if your brain is, and so when I was a teenager, if I didn't get 8 hours of sleep every night, and you may be this way too, I was much more likely to get a migraine headache that would end my day. And so here's what's going on with that, I think. I think that if you're already eating a crappy inflammatory diet, your brain is already inflamed to start with, right? And it's right on the verge of having a migraine. And then all it takes is missing an hour or two of sleep, boom, migraine. And that's what used to happen to me. As I got older and as I ate a more and more healthy diet, as I stopped drinking skim milk, as I stopped eating 6 donuts at a time, as I got grains out of my diet, my migraines got so much better, and I think that yours will too. The hormonal trigger. And so I have never seen a diet that balances and optimizes your hormone levels more than the ketogenic diet. I've recommended a lot of diets over my medical career. None have optimized hormones and regulated hormones as effectively as the ketogenic way of eating. And so I think that's just another way it decreases hormone intensity and frequency. The next is I've had multiple patients tell me over the last 3 years that I've been recommending the ketogenic diet and becoming known for being the ketogenic diet doctor. That, yeah, man, as soon as and it used to, I was a paleo doctor before I was keto. And so when patients get grains and processed sugary foods out of their diet, their migraines immediately start to get better. And for some people, eating a Paleolithic diet may be all you need to do. But for other people who still have migraines, although less severe and less frequent on paleo, you may need to go and eat the ketogenic way. And if you do that, I think you're going to notice even more improvement in your migraine headaches. Like I said, many patients have done very well with a paleo diet, and their migraine severity has decreased dramatically. But I have had some patients who their migraines, they still had to take a daily medication to prevent migraines until they started eating the ketogenic way. Then they were able to stop taking that daily pill or that twice a day pill that was preventing their migraine headaches from happening. And that made them very happy because they didn't need to take that pill anymore. Now, if this video has helped you, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you click the little bell button right beside the subscribe button, you'll actually get a notification every time I post a new video. Some people like that. Some people would rather not have that. Also, Nisha and I, we've had 1 million people ask us for a meal plan, for a ketogenic meal plan, for a paleo meal plan, for an autoimmune protocol meal plan. Nisha and I are just never going to make a meal plan. My meal plan consists of going to the fridge and looking in there and grabbing something. That's my meal plan. This is Dr. Barry. I'll see you next time.